Hi there. Let's talk about visibility at work. This entire week dedicated to the series of, visibility at work strategies for immigrants in corporate America. And today I'll just share with you the old traditional way of visibility, which is make sure you introduce yourself. It's as simple as that. Simple because, the process of introduction is, but moving up to, people and letting them know who you are can, sometimes might be tough, might be difficult. But then when you understand that visibility is a strategy, you know that it is very important for you to do that. As immigrants and multinationals, we tend to hide in the workplace, and for many reasons, and I would hesitate to generalize like that because there are people that are not hiding, right? There are people that are out there. But let me talk about myself. I was very intimidated by the culture, by the system, by not knowing what I didn't know, and being afraid that I would be discovered for what I didn't know. And so that kind of kept me in a bubble of, my cubicle being my comfort zone, and anything out of my cubicle was me walking on pins and needles and always wanting to hide. That was my situation for a couple of years. And then I got to understand a lot of the things that I share about what we have to do and the role that we immigrants have to play, multinationals, in our integration and our inclusion in the workplace. So, if you are that person who was Igxtelle a couple years ago that's hiding, it's not going to help you. Hiding cannot be your strategy, especially if you want to grow, especially if you want to assert your value, especially if you want to tell your story. So let's go back to the traditional way of visibility. You are new to the team. Of course, the team would have to make you feel comfortable, but a tip I'll share with you is go a step further, okay? Schedule time with members of on your team. Be proactive about it. I have seen a couple people do this. I observed that, people born here, people born in America. That's some of the things that I noticed that they were doing. Like they would schedule one-on-one with the teammates and just say, "Hey, I'm new to the company. This is who I am, and I just want 30 minutes of your time to get to understand who you are and the work that you do." And it's usually a very informal conversation, but by so doing, somebody knows about you. Maybe knows a thing about you, maybe knows about your hobby, maybe knows about your background, might know somebody else that they might want to connect you with. You also know a little bit about them and about the work that they do. So, not just your team, take it a step further. Do the same with your manager. More times than not, your manager is already doing that because that's their role as your manager to get to know you. But what about your manager's manager, right? That would also be a bold move to make. Most companies should be open, should have that open line of communication where you can reach out to your boss's boss. It's called a skip level meeting. Like, hey, I interviewed with you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. This is who I am. I just want to get to know you a little bit and about what you do so that way I could provide the most support or the most value to your organization. Straightforward. You put yourself in front of the card, and you go out there and you let them know, look, I'm bold, I'm confident, I know this much, I'm ready to learn this much. You will not regret the decision you made to bring me on your team. I will not regret the decision I made to be on your team. I wish someone told me this years ago. But for the longest time, I was hiding. I didn't want to be, what meeting with who? No. But that hurt my brand. That hurt my visibility. That meant I was a temporal employee for years, not having, the benefits that I wanted, not being able to have vacation time, being burnt out and frustrated and miserable. So I'm telling you today, once you step foot into that company, if you already have been there a couple months, not too late to do that. Go ahead, go through the traditional way of identifying who matters to you, that you want to be visible to, and go ahead and schedule those one-on-one meetings. All right, guys? So see you tomorrow for the next step. Take care.